Top Billin. This is why casual fans should not be allowed to comment on football on the internet, right? So thinking about my series about A.J. Terrell to the Atlanta Falcons and how these casual fans try to boil his entire career down to one game, the national championship game against Jamar Chase, where he caught a few bad ones, there's no doubt about that, but he also had a few plays himself that nobody seems to talk about. It's got me thinking how two iconic players have lined up against each other in Patrick Peterson and Julio Jones, and despite mixed results for the both of them, nobody boils their entire careers down to just one game, right? So we're going to be concentrating on this one in the film study on a game where Patrick Peterson was absolutely obliterated and on the receiving end of some good old-fashioned prison loving, right? However, much love to Patrick Peterson, and this comes with a caveat that you need to watch at the end, so hashtag real men watch to the end. Much love to Patrick Peterson for being one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, my favorite of all time, a guy who travels with the best, the boogeymen of the NFL. He travels with no help over the top and doing this thing all across the formation, right? This is something that even Julio Jones gives props for. Check this out.
I'm ranking the top 100 players in the league. Mm-hmm. I have Patrick Peterson ranked ahead of Richard Sherman in the cornerback position because he goes and plays the best receivers.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one, which one's tougher to play against for you?
Probably Patrick Peterson. Like I said, because for me, he follows me everywhere. You know, Sherman, every now and then, he usually play the right side.
Right, and you like in the playoff game, you were on the left side, and
yeah.
So he had Roddy a lot.
So he'll play Roddy, you know, and every now and then I go to the right
Right.
side, and he every now and then I go against him. But majority of the time, like I said, he's a right corner.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, so you heard Julio Jones. You got to give props to guys who would take on the challenge of guarding a number one receiver every single freaking snap. I don't know what you casual fans do not understand about that, right? If you only see somebody part of the time, you can't shut them down. You can't shut somebody down playing them part-time. Patrick Peterson, probably not going to be viewed like some of these other guys, right, who got to go against number one receivers like half the time. Patrick Peterson has some very, very bad games against guys because he's going head up every snap against Megatron, against T.O., against Larry Fitzgerald, against Julio Jones, right? But I value that more than somebody who gets to just play against somebody's third receiver sometimes, or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, right? I don't know why you guys can't get that, right? But here we go right here. No particular order. We're just going to go through some of the best plays that Julio did on Pat Pete on this one. So you see right a 2x2, reduced split right here. You got some cut splits going on, and Julio Jones is just getting vert. And as you see right here, Peterson has no one over the top. He has a single high safety, right? So this will be probably man-free if I'm guessing, right? But look, he's not shaded towards Julio's side. They trust Patrick Peterson enough, right? Right or wrong, they gave him enough leeway to where he's just going head up. Now check this out. Julio bakes him off the snap, turns and locates. That's nasty. That's nasty. See that once again. Free release. I don't like Pat Peterson on the free release. I like him getting hands-on man. But Julio baked him right there, right? Baked lays. Let's check it out from a technique standpoint. All right, so keep in mind this is a reduced split. More than likely, if you're doing your film study, you know that the route's probably going to be some type of outbreaking route, right? At the very least, an outbreaking route could be an out. It could be a double move out and up or something like that, or just a straight vert taking an outside release. So Pat Pete already knows that. But look, just look at this right here. See, Julio immediately comes to balance. Look at Pat Pete with that hip flip. So smooth, man. That's when you see the best in the world. That's why I love professional football, right? Way more than college football. You get to see the best in the world at their best. But check this out. Now it becomes a foot race just because, right, he allowed a free release. It becomes a foot race. And technically, Pat Peterson is faster than Julio Jones. He ran a 4.34. But look at this. Of course, Matt Ryan, right? Putting it, look, the ball's already in the air. Julio Jones is not even looking yet. That's some professional shit. Now Julio's tracking. He already know the ball was coming there. Ball was already in the air. Pat Peterson, no chance to locate, right? Because he's trying to catch up to Julio Jones. Julio turns and contorts his body. Pat Peterson is done. That's a hell of a throw, man. Hell of a damn throw. Hell of a catch. What are you going to do about that, man? Right? When they were battling at Alabama and LSU, right, when they were in college, Pat Peterson, to me, kind of had a leg up because Julio Jones didn't have a great quarterback like Matt Ryan throwing the ball. Now you got a guy who can put it wherever. Pat Peterson is a tough task every single snap. ISO'd up at the top of the screen. This time it's more like cover 2 man. You do have help over the top. However, it don't matter. He tried to get hands on man right there. Julio cooked him on a post. All right, let's run that back again. See, that's right there. He didn't really committed to the jam. He just stuck his, look at that. He just stuck any hand out there. It's an outside release. You're Patrick Peterson. Don't shoot the right hand. Of course, shoot that left hand and ride it to the shoulder. So once you do that right, you stick that right hand out and somebody's taking an outside release, you're already out leveraged. Now look, Julio already has a step on him. Now he's in recovery mode, straight FEMA mode, trying to guess. Julio hooks it to the inside on the stem. Oh, you know, that's a weird post. It was just like a run to a spot kind of thing. And look, towers up over him. It's a badass combination, man. Matt Ryan to Julio Jones. I don't give a damn what people say. Casual fans, stop talking about football. All right, it's a bad day for Pat Pete, but you can see he's traveling with the fucking boogeyman of NFL football. He's a boss for it, right? Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, baby, but you're playing the game. Now check this out, right? Patrick Peterson pulled a ripcord already. What is this? I know Julio's kind of off the line, but you still got to adhere to proper technique. Look at his feet. What is he doing? Come on, Pat Pete. You the GOAT, man. Pat Pete abandoning right, pulling the ripcord, shooting a 2-hand jam. He shot a 2-hand jam, and he's Pat Pete. So he's already, you can't run with a 2-hand jam, right? Julio's pumping his arms, and you got two hands out there. Julio's still pumping both arms, and look, Pat Pete panicking. Already panicking, baby. That's them body shots, right? You take all them body shots in boxing, you start panicking, right? And start holding and shit like that. So look at this man. He's holding the whole way down. They're like 30 yards downfield already. He's still holding the back of his jersey. Come on, Pat Pete. Look at this. Stop and go. Look, Pete bit on it a little bit, but look, Pete stayed on top of it. Now he's ready to rock, but can't get up to speed enough. Tries to lean on the inside of him. That's a penalty. Can't do that. You're 25 yards down the field, bro. Can't lean into him. Julio has a clear step on him. And, of course, contort his body. Ball right where it needs to be on the outside. Nasty, man. Damn. So you know what did the casual fans, when they saw this game, did they say Pat Pete sucks and he shouldn't be a first-round draft pick and his whole career is based off this one game? Probably not, because I know damn well them damn casual fans weren't even watching this damn game because it was in 2014 and they ain't been watching before like a year, where they think A.J. Terrell's entire game is based off those few reps that he lost from Jamar Chase, man. Fuck out of here. All right, so it's a little bit different now, right? It's a full-on prison loving going on, right? I heard, you know what I mean? And they call it getting your cheeks busted up in prison, right? So right now, Pat Peterson has been getting his cheeks busted, so they try to do a little something different, right? They're going to work with outside leverage here, and Pat Pete's going to be in off-man coverage, and it really doesn't work well for this Julio running out. Not even that good of a route, right? Kind of rounds it off and everything, but it didn't have to be that good because Pat Peterson bailed like a mother. Look at this. Pat Peterson, who's he talking to? Who's he asking? I don't understand what Pat Pete's doing right here. There's nobody back there, Pat Pete. What are you doing? Pat Pete gets turned around. Look, come on, Pat Pete. This is my dude, man. It's my favorite football player, man. But look, he's running with like a chicken with his head cut off, his head turned the wrong way. That's bad, Pat Pete. Julio running off his out route. It don't matter. Another one. Cheeks getting busted. Dang. Not going well. All right, man. It's getting worse and worse for Pat Pete. They're in a cover 3 buzz, right? They're buzzing. They got him so far back, it's almost like buzz coverage. Like, come on, man. So they're in zone now, and it's still not going well for Pat Pete. He's still getting his cheeks busted. Look at this. Another outright. He gets spun around, spun like a dreidel. Come on, Pat Pete. See it again. Pat not flipping them hips, man. He's doing that goofy stuff people like to call a speed turn. That's why you don't. It's a fraction of seconds in football. You turning your body all the way around, waste time. That's why they tell you to flip your hips. All right, let's check it out from a technique standpoint. All right, man. I was actually at this game, right? I remember being geeked about it because Pat Pete talked about how He couldn't wait, and he was going to match up with Julio man to man, and that he felt he got the better of him in college and everything. And man, I was straight geeked to watch this shit, but Julio put on a complete masterclass. All right, so you see him getting vertical here. Now Pat Pete starts to get into the picture, right? So Pete's already committing that this is an inside move by his body positioning. He could have stayed squared and then just reacted, right? Julio's not running that good of routes, right? He's really rounding these routes off, but he's still able to beat Pat because Pat is committing. So right now, right, suppose Pat flipped his hips in this direction. Instead of turning all the way around, if he flipped his right hip to the inside, he'd be in better position to undercut this route. Instead, he wastes time by turning. Look, he's running like the Exorcist. His head's turning all backwards and stuff like that. Julio running off an out route, and he's able to body him up and out-position him because he's not using proper technique. And, of course, the throw is absolutely money and perfect. Pat unable to contend with it. This was a bludgeoning, man, a complete bludgeoning. But I love it because guess what? We'll talk about that a little later. We're going to make this the last one right here. It's getting long in the tooth right here, but this kind of adds insult to injury. We see, right, kind of a smoke out to Julio Jones and Pat Peterson right on him. Insult to injury. Pete can't make the tackle in the open field. Julio just straight runs by him. And that's Pat Pete's thing, too. He's a hell of a tackler. He could definitely be a safety in a few years if he wanted to be. But insult to injury right there. So, all right, there you have it, man. Pat Pete completely got his cheeks busted by Julio Jones. Straight prison loving. But, hey, you live to fight another day. I just want to tell casual fans out there is that people's games in their entire careers aren't boiled down to one game, no matter how great or how bad it could be. They're not based on one game, right? Look at a full body of work to give analysis. A.J. Terrell had a hell of a career at Clemson, and you would have loved that man if he was coming off the national championship game just 1 year early. So he's a 2-year starter, played 3 years in a heavy rotation in his first year as a true freshman on a team that was destined for a national championship and everything. So same thing right here with Pat Peterson. We know he's a Hall of Famer, but he got his cheeks busted by Julio Jones in this one game. 12 catches for 189 yards or something like that. But guess what? The very next time they saw each other, let me know if you want to see part 2 on that. It didn't go quite well for your man Julio Jones, right? Round 2 didn't go quite the same. Let me know if you want to see round 2, though, all right? Other than that, it's your boy Murph, the Underground King. I appreciate anybody who watches these things and they watch to the end because real men watch to the end. Hashtag all that jazz and everything like that. Shout outs to my real football heads. Love you all. It's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Top Billin Sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.